Hi, Gavin here, business strategist and growth mentor, with step 5 of my 6-step business growth system I call the growth code. Step 5, capability to scale. I want to share with you a number of points here. The first of which being, do you know where you're heading? Where are you heading? Now, if you have been listening and watching and reading my blog over recent weeks, where I've taken you through all of the 6 steps, you will remember that step 1 is all about compelling vision. So you should have got this nailed down, where you've got a compelling vision that engages you, engages your team, and also is a compelling proposition in the marketplace. So get clear on where you're going. Secondly, at what rate are you going to scale? At what rate are you going to grow? Is it going to be 5% or 10%, 15, 20%? Or are you going to push for 2 times, 5 times, 10 times growth? Now, you may not be interested in taking over the world, but I want to give you one word of caution about growth targets of sub 10%. Most businesses, to get to a growth target of less than 10%, will do a little bit more of what they did before and a little bit more of what they did before. That's a surefire way for you to miss the opportunities in the marketplace and to allow your competition to overtake you and leave you standing. Just think Kodak, just think Nokia as a great example of this. However, when you think 5 times the level of growth, 10 times, 10x growth, you have to think fundamentally different. What are the new strategies in the market that will new strategies you could bring to bear in the market that will help you achieve that level of growth? Whether or not you achieve 5 or 10 times growth, you're going to get a damn sight more than you would do with 5%, 10%, 11, 12% growth. So once you know at what rate, then you think about how am I going to get there? What's my strategy going to be? There are always a number of different options open to you to take into the marketplace. Now, which of those strategies are the one that's going to work right now in your marketplace with the current market conditions, that's going to enable you to stand like a beacon in your industry, drawing opportunities to you? Strategy right. Next point, number 4, is going to be, well, what do you need to get there? Infrastructure, systems, people, cash. So for example, have you got the right physical space, warehousing, factory, office space over the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months, particularly if you're looking to scale 5 times, 10 times. What equipment and plant do you need in place? What systems and processes do you need in place at each of these time points? People. What people do you need in place, again, at the 6, 12, 18, 24 month time points? You may have a key hire, like a managing director or a new director for your team. Well, if they're a senior person and a big hitter, they could be on a 6-month contract, 6-month notice period in their contract. So if you want somebody in post in 12 months' time, you may need that to start that process now of finding them so that they're ready to join you in the 12-month point when you want them, when you think you will need them. So cash is another resource you'll need. How are you going to fund that growth? Today, more than ever, there are a myriad of different opportunities, whether it be friends or family, whether it be investors such as business angels, venture capitalists, crowdfunding platforms, of course the bank, supplier partner finance, and the list goes on. I encourage you to take 10 minutes, quick exercise, list the 50 things that you can do to bring cash into your business right now. So just go down there, it could include tax planning, better working capital management, invoice financing, and the list goes on. Of course, I wanted this exercise with a group, and within about 10 minutes, a room full of people, we came up with 51 ways, but I did have to discount the 51st because it was rob a bank, and I thought it was a bit career limiting. Anyway, so have you got the funding in place in order to be able to get there? Next, you need to be thinking about how do you protect the downside? It's all well and good getting excited about the 2 times, 5 times, 10 times growth, but what are your risks? What are the things that you can do to protect the downside? Can you get your stock on a sale or return basis? Can you take a lease out on equipment or even a factory that's a 12-month lease? Or could you even rent it with an option to buy in 12 months if the market and your business is performing as you hope, but that rental already paid is off the purchase price? So look at the ways in which you can protect your downside. And my final point around capability to scale is, who's got your back? You're pushing hard for growth. Not everything is going to be, a smooth run. It's going to be a roller coaster over a period of time. Of course it is. There's times when you're going to feel on top of the world and in control. There's also going to be times when you're going to feel as if the wheels are falling off the wagon and you need some help and support, that sounding board, that critical friend, that person to support you, to let you know and remind you when you're doing better than you've given yourself credit, or to give yourself a kick at the backside when you need that as well. So make sure you've got a strong ally, a professional who's got your back that will help you deliver the growth in your business as you're scaling for growth. So that's step 5 of the growth code, capabilities to scale. In our next video, I'll take you through step 6, the final one, which is about contribution and celebration.